if you guys seen the thumbnail, then you know what's coming up. So we're going to walk you through the whole process of hog shots and jalapeno poppers. The difference is normally we would do something like this on the big Oklahoma Joe out there, but we're right in the middle of the winter blast. So we are going to make these in the air fryer. So this is a little bit of indoor, let's just call it homestead soul food. What do you think? The trick to this part, these hog shots are delicious and they're not hard, but this part right here, and some of you guys that have made them, you might be able to give me some tips. So I'm open to any tips, and that is to get your bacon just right, because you want your bacon to go as far as possible. So it looks like we ought to be able to make it about three shots per piece of bacon is what I'm going to shoot for here. You just wrap it around. I just got some toothpicks here, broken half. That's it. The first, aka hog shot. Obviously we got bacon, and we got, first time I made these was at Thanksgiving. Put them on the smoker. Everybody absolutely loved them. But the problem is like I said, is this part right here that I'm doing. It is so slow and time consuming. So like I said, for you guys out there that have made them, I'm more than open. See if I can eyeball thirds. I hope you guys spend a lot of time in your kitchen. I'll tell you, it is cooking is it's so rewarding for when you get to eat it. When you get to eat something that's real good, makes it even better. So I found, see, that one's just a little bit short for making it around. But you can actually stretch your bacon just a little bit. See, I gained plenty of room right there. So what I'm going to do, one of the first times I made these, I went ahead and I filled these with cream cheese and cooked them. Well, I felt like it just really took a long time to get that bacon done, so it wasn't, kind of slimy, or not slimy, that's not the right word, but just where it just wasn't done. Wasn't crispy. That's the word I was looking for. But so I'm going to do this time, I'm going to throw these, I'm going to make a bunch of these up. I'm going to throw them in the air fryer without the filling. And then I will, when I get that bacon crisp up a little bit, then I'll come back and fill them. And I'll show you what we're going to do in the filling here in just a few minutes. Totally flavorful. But if you're not careful, you will make it way too hot. Yeah. That right there. Absolutely delicious. But it is spicy. It's jalapeno peppers in adobo sauce. I mean, absolutely packed full of flavor and delicious flavor, but it's got some spice to it for sure. All right, we're gaining on them here. It's a slow process. I just don't know. Short of maybe making an assembly line. That's a good one. Look at that. Perfect little shot glass. Wait till you guys see these when they're done. So I'm going to make some because I do have kids. So these are actually chipotle peppers. I was looking at the other ones and remembering that when I was telling you guys that I had jalapenos earlier. But the good news here in just a minute, I do have some jalapenos, but some fresh ones. And I'll tell you, these things are amazing left over. They're not going to be quite as good out of the air fryer as they do coming off the smoker, but they'll be close for sure. I always try to leave my toothpick out a little bit. So, worst thing is you're enjoying a meal, enjoying something like this, and then you bite into it and you get a toothpick in the roof of your mouth. We're getting close on this one. We are limited by our bacon. Closing in on them. Get the rest of these put together. I'll get them in the air fryer and then we'll start on the filling. All right. For the filling, we have 2 blocks of cream cheese. So, like I said earlier, we have kids. Not everybody likes the spicy, like Mrs. ACRE and I here. These are chipotle peppers. I thought I was getting, but it is in the adobo sauce, so I had half of it right. But you see these, you guys can't smell through the camera, I don't think. You can try. But they're really smoky. I mean, just absolutely wonderful. But they're also, so you're going to have to figure this out, your ratio on your own here. As you can see, I mean, that is literally, let me pull one of these out right here. I mean, it is just a whole chipotle pepper. What I like to do, you can blend these. You can, I mean, there's a million different ways you can do this, but I'm just going to give them a little chop right here in the bowl. But before we go any further, got to get these going in the air fryer. We'll run them at 400. All right, back to the filling. So just chop this up. So the first time that we made these, we made just some simple cheese dip, cream cheese and these peppers. First couple bites, absolutely phenomenal. You're like, oh my goodness, the flavor was just so good. And then the heat sets in, and you're like, whoa, way too much heat. So we're gonna let this sit. Probably throw it in the air fryer for a few minutes. All right, we've got the filling for the hog shot started. Now this, the jalapeno peppers. Since I used all the bacon for the hog shots, we're gonna go with bacon pieces in this. And it would not be right without some sharp cheddar. What's the old commercials used to say? Everything's better with cheddar. Little cheddar for that one. And some cheddar for that one. It's nothing better. When you shred cheddar off a block, it is so much better than when you get it out of the bag. Already shredded. All right. Now, for the next thing, oops, whole jalapenos. Okay. You think, all right, no big deal. You've seen this, but let me show you something here. This is it. This is critical. And I gotta give my beautiful wife credit for this. So you see how they're laying like that? That's how they want to lay. So you roll them up a quarter of a turn, split them right there. When you don't do that, like I used to not think about that, they don't want to just sit up perfectly right when you're trying to. They're always trying to tip over and tool of choice. Nice small little teaspoon. Go right there to the end. You can use it right there just like that. Oops. And very gracefully get your vein and your seeds out of there. How much of that you leave in there is how much it'll determine of how hot they're going to be. So you make these a bunch, get pretty fast at this part. I would say if you get some real big ones, you cut the ends of them off and stuff them that way. But just be prepared because they are a lot hotter when you do that. Seriously is a pro tip to pay attention on how these things lay. See, look at that. Cut them, let go. They're perfectly upright. So basically, just throw them down, however they lay, quarter turn, and they'll lay perfect after you fill them with whatever you want. You can use your imagination. We went to a place recently, and they had pickled stuffed jalapenos, breaded, and they were huge also. But they were pickled, stuffed with a full piece of shrimp, breaded and deep fried. And let's just say they were good. Really good. I'd never had anything quite like that. All right, we're getting through them. Hear the bacon sizzling in the air fryer. It's middle of winter right now, so everything's kind of out of season. So some of these are really small, which is all right. They just don't hold as much filling. Be a toss up by how hot they are or not. You guys might have different methods for cleaning these out. But for me, every time I try to do it with a knife, I go right through the bottom. Little dinky teaspoon is the tool of choice. So I just got done messing with these peppers, and I just washed my hands with soap and water. I got to tell you guys a quick story. So me and Mrs. Pace ACRE back here early on, we were making something like this, and this is completely, I'm telling on myself here. So I'm making something like this, messing with peppers. May have been we were roasting green chilies. I can't remember. Either way, I rubbed my eyes like a lot. And I just buried it in it. My eyes were burning so bad. And I got the bright idea. They were burning so bad. So I went to help remedy the problem, use dish soap. And I'm like, I gotta wash the oil, in my, you think of the Dawn commercials with the oil on the little ducks, I understand that there's oil, the capsaicin oil and the peppers, all that. I get, I get dish soap and I'm washing my eyes, and they are hurting so bad. And I tell Mrs. Pace ACRE, I said, "Oh my gosh, my eye." And then I finally realized that the real reason, after the fact, that my eyes were burning so bad, because I was a dummy, and whatever your favorite season is, this is the stuff you have fun with. Next time you might say, you know what? We do this every time we make something. We critique it in a good way. All right. The chipotle with the adobo. Okay. This is a real high-end sandwich bag. Now, once again, I like to do it this way just because it's easy cleanup. See that nice color? Like I said, you guys should really, if you haven't ever tried these peppers, they're so good. That adobo sauce. And I just thought of something. I was talking about this being jalapenos. Correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to jump in the comments, but I'm pretty sure a chipotle is a smoked jalapeno. I just thought of that. If I'm not right, let me have it. But I think it is. Just so you guys know, Mrs. Paceacre's shaking her head no in the back. You can't see it, so she doesn't agree with me. Oh, I cut a corner off. Here we go. All right. So we got the hog shots out of the air fryer. The bacon. Now we just gotta fill them. And it looks like that I'm going to have. I don't know if you other guys that cook, but I have like I'm always worried that I'm not gonna have enough. So what that ends up meaning is that I always have enough and extremely too much. Fill them up. Like I said, these things on the smoker, that's really where it's at. But you won't be disappointed if you do it like this. So now that the bacon's basically done, it's just kind of warm it all up and let it. All right, so I'm going to hold off on that for just a moment. I'm going to throw some of this in there because my baby girl loves these things too, and she requested some that aren't going to be flaming hot. So we're just going to throw some of this. It's just got the bacon, cream cheese, and cheddar. I want to make a few of them with that. The old-fashioned way. Just a spoon. That's what's nice, because you will. I've made these without pre-cooking them, and you will absolutely fight that trying to get that filled up. I'm getting excited about them now. We're closing in. After we finish this little section, we'll be pulling them out and then being done. This is quick. If I would have had more strip whole sliced bacon, would have definitely added a strip of bacon across the top of these. Just kind of lock them all. And I hope watching this is making you guys hungry, because it should be, because these things are good. I mean, you can't hardly go wrong. You got cheese, jalapenos, and bacon. Might find ways to make them better, but they're not bad to begin with. Tried to fit more and more in these, but the reality of it is, as it gets hot in the oven or wherever you're cooking it, it's just going to turn to lava and run out. So it's only going to hold what it's going to hold. All right. So, no actual real surprise, but I overshot the jalapeno stuffing, or I made too much of the stuff for the hog shots, so I didn't split my cream cheese right. So that's all right. We've got this is going to be double pepper. We'll have to report back and see. It is so fast with the little bag, or your pastry bag, or whatever you guys use. In this case, good old sandwich bag. All right. Here is the result of all that hard work. Look at them little hog shots. Remember, you've got to take the toothpick out. Come on over here. So, grab the white one right there. Don't forget to pull the toothpick. You don't turn it. Yeah, don't dump it out. Look at the fans. Now, that pepper was a little hotter. Not too bad, though. But that's it, guys. We got hog shots, stuffed jalapenos, Those things are so good. Makes me really want to streamline them, because you're going to want a bunch of them. And doing that bacon in the air fryer, that is definitely a pro tip. See, that's the kind of stuff you continue to refine things as you go. But that's definitely worth the wait. You guys are going to see in just a couple of minutes what took us a couple hours to do all in. The jalapeno with the chipotle pepper filling, it is spicy, but the spice, it's worth it though, because I'm telling you guys, if you've not tried those, that smoked flavor, it's so good with the heat. You just got to get it right. Now just remember, guys, feed your critters, love your neighbor, follow Jesus. Have a great night, everybody.